Okay, right now we're taking this fuse out, this 10 amp fuse, and we're going to examine it to make sure that it's not corroded or it's not broken. Make sure this is the fuse that powers the solenoids, the TCC, the 1, 2, and 2, 3 shift solenoid. Okay, dropped it. Okay, now it's supposed to get power, and it's supposed to be, according to the wire diagram, hot in run and in start, this solenoid. So, or excuse me, this fuse right here. It sends power down. So you look at the wiring diagram, and you can trace it by the wire diagram, which I have. It's the yellow part, the yellow highlighted area that I have here. We're going to see it because it's supposed to be hot and run. So we're going to test to see if it is like I said it's supposed to be. Okay, what we want to do is take the meter right here and change it to volts. We're going to take the alligator clips and we're going to hook one to the ground on the battery. Okay, so I'm going to take the black lead, hook it on to the negative of the battery, and we're going to take the positive lead, and with a pin, you can use a safety pin, something that won't spread the terminals too wide, and we're going to stick it down in one of those places that holds the fuses. There are two areas. The fuse has two prongs on it, so what the goal is to see which one of those prongs is supposed to be the 12-volt power source coming from the ignition. Now, you may not know which one that is, but you put it in one, and what we're going to end up doing is cranking the car to see which one will show the 12 volts. Well, in this case, it would be alternator voltage when it starts running, probably about 13 or 14 volts. One of them won't show, the other one should show. If both of them don't show, then there's a problem somewhere in that area. So we're going to do one, and then we're going to try the other and see which one is what, to verify that voltage is coming through that fuse. We'll try this one first. So we're going to go to the other circuit. The circuit is 14.4 volts. So this circuit is doing its job. So the fuse is good, the circuit is good. So now we're going to go down to where the computer is, or where the connector ties into the transmission, and see what voltage is getting down there. So we're going to have to find out what wire this voltage wire is. Let me see if it's
this okay, and we know the voltage side is fine.
Okay, the fuse has two blades, so therefore you check one side. What we did, we checked it and it didn't show a reading, so we moved to the next side and we saw 14.32 volts, which means that power was getting to the fuse, so the fuse was okay and the voltage okay. So now we're going down to the transmission case connector.
Now down here by the transmission are the transmission wires. It hooks into the transmission down here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take this connector out and locate the pink wire that's on the diagram that runs from the fuse down here to power all three solenoids. That's the 1, 2, the 2, 3, and the 1, 2, the 2, 3, and the torque converter. And I'm going to tie into the wire as close as I can to see if voltage is getting down to that. Okay, so we're going to take this out. Like that. So this is out. And the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to stick a pin inside this hole. I'm going to locate which one is the hole for the voltage. Now there's a couple of ways to do that. One, get the diagram, and two, you can use your meter, put it through the fuse department and find out which one is what. But on the back side of these are some numbers. Let's see. On the back side of this is some numbers to look at, and it'll tell you which one of these is what. So let me look at them and then we'll get back to it. According to the diagram, the wire in question here is an E wire. Right up at the connector should say E. It's a pink wire and it's a E. So what we're going to do is go over to the connector down there, which is here, and on the back I'm going to locate a pink wire, which is right here where my thumb is, and you're going to see that around it's going to say letter E. So on top of the white there's going to be an imprint that say E. So this is the wire right here. This right here is the E wire right here. So we're going to test this and turn the vehicle on and run, and we're going to see if we're getting voltage here, which will be on this side. So it's going to be right there. So we'll see what happens.
Okay, we're cranking the vehicle right now to see if we're getting voltage down by the case connector. And you can see we're doing that. The reason it's not running, I took the fuel pump relay out so that it wouldn't start, so I'm going to have to put it back in. And when I put it back in, as you see right now, you will see that it is getting 14 volts as the car is running.
That's good.
Alright, now we have a pin here. We're going to stick inside the terminal where the fuse was, and the part that doesn't get the power supply to it, the part of that terminal, we're going to put the pin in, and then we're going to this computer, which you see me bothering, and we are going to find the wiring for the TCC, the 1-2 shift solenoid, and the 2-3 shift solenoid, because we're going to do an ohms test. We already verified the power. We know the power is okay. So now we got to see if there is any breakdown in resistance in the solenoids, particularly that 2-3 solenoid. Okay, and we're going to use this computer so we can see, or we're going to take the computer loose, the connector, to see which one, where the wires are, the 3 wires that we need to test. Okay, on the computer, the connector you take loose is this 3rd connector here that's on the end. The wires that go to the solenoids are on this connector. And on the back of the connector are numbers and a colors. You see 42 on one side. The TCC, I believe, is let me see, 42 is 39, which is a brown right here. And then you have 42 right there. 39 would be the torque converter solenoid and circuit. 3, 4, 5, 6. 46. 3, 4, 5, 46. I think the yellow one would be the 2-3. And then you look on the diagram to see where is the 1-2. Okay, and then you flip it over and you can stick the pins in the sockets here. Don't spread them too wide so that you can do an ohms test. Those wires go directly to the solenoid, and the pin that's inside the voltage terminal where the fuse is goes directly to the solenoid, because that fuse powers 3 solenoids. So now what we're doing is reading the TCC solenoid, no, excuse me, the 2-3 shift solenoid, and it's showing a 5.0 ohms. And it should be reading 19 to 24 ohms. So something is not right there. Okay, 5.0 ohms, it should be reading 19 to 24 ohms. That's 2-3 shift solenoid. That's the one where we got the code for. So we keep that in mind. Now we look at the TCC and we see 11.0 ohms, and it's within its range of 10 ohms. So it is okay. Now the 1-2 shift solenoids is showing 20.8 ohms, and that's what it's supposed to be, and that's exactly what the 2-3 shift solenoid should be showing. But it's not. It's showing 5.0 ohms. So now at least we have a culprit here, and we're going to go closer to see if we have to go inside this transmission. It could be a broken wire, but we're going to make sure that we have to go inside the transmission.